start on our back. So we're going to start with some breathing to begin with today, just to center ourselves. So laying down onto your back. So you can either have your feet together and knees apart, or you can have your feet long or in a bent position like this. You're going to place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your chest. You're just going to breathe in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. So going through two more rounds of that. And feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Seeing if on the inhale you can fill all the way down through to your belly. And then exhaling all of your air. With your throat, slightly constricting the throat as if you were fogging up a mirror with your breath. So on your inhale, it should sound slightly like the ocean. And the same as your exhale. There should be an audible oceanic sound with the constriction of your throat. This is the breath that I would like you to use throughout your whole yoga practice. It aims to keep you focused on what you're doing and to engage your stomach and your whole body throughout every pose. It's a good way to focus on breath and focus on movement and the combination between the two. Opening up the eyes and hugging your legs into your chest and just rocking side to side, giving a little massage on your back. And then rocking back and forth. And we'll make our way into our seated position here. So legs are out long. I'm going to flex through your feet and really try and push down through those knees. Placing your hands either side of your body and pushing the ground away with your hands and sitting up as tall as possible. So all your body is engaged here, although it doesn't look like much. You're squeezing your knees, flexing your feet, maybe the heels are lifted off the ground. You're pushing the floor away as if you're trying to lift your bum up off the ground. And then relaxing down through that. We're going to come back into this pose later on in the practice when our shoulders are a bit more warm. So crossing over through your knees, reaching forward, make our way into our tabletop position. Stretching through the wrists when we get here, so walking them around in different positions, maybe backwards, maybe rocking back and forth, whatever feels good for you right now. Maybe turning them upside down, one at a time or both. Let's go through some cat-cow here. So inhale, sink the belly and look up to the sky. And then exhale, push the floor away and round through the back. Inhale, sinking the belly, shoulders squeeze back, head up. And exhale, push back. A few more with your own breath, remembering that oceanic sound. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now moving your ribs over towards the right and then dropping down through the center and then pushing them to the left and pushing them back up to the sky. So trying to make a big circle with your chest. I'm just trying to dance it out a little bit. And then the other way around. then finding a neutral spine. What you're going to do is push your right hip down towards the right. And then come back to center and your left hip down towards the left. So you're just rocking from side to side, getting maybe a nice stretch in the side body here. So really try and make a C shape with your body as you lean your hips to one side. All right, coming to a neutral spine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our blocks. So if we have two blocks, you're going to place them in a line in front of you. Just grab this one. Line in front of you here. If you only have one block, you're just going to have the one block on the longest side in front of you. So on the medium height here. And you're going to place your elbows on the blocks shoulder width apart as if you're praying. And you're going to place your hands in a prayer position here. Now you're going to have your knees just under your hips. You're going to go through some cat-cow here. So dipping the chest down as far as you can, getting that nice stretch in the shoulders. And then rounding through your back. And then sinking through the belly. And then rounding through the back. You feel a nice stretch in the shoulders here. Maybe get your head all the way through if you can. Keeping your head through. So on your cow pose, not looking up, but just keeping that stretch of the shoulders. And round. Let's go through a few more rounds of these. And sink. And back. Good. Making your way out of that any way you can. And putting the blocks off to the side. Alright, pushing back for our child's pose here, reaching your arms forwards. And then rolling back up into our tabletop. Let's make our way into our first downward facing dog. So tucking through the toes here. And then lifting up through the knees. Let's hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pushing back into your downward facing dog. Walk your legs out, whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, finding stillness in your downward facing dog. Rising up onto your toes, let's roll forwards into a plank pose. So rolling over your hands. Now from here, bending through the knees, arching through the back like you're doing a cow pose, and then push back into your downward facing dog. So rounding through the upper back as we roll forwards like cat pose into our plank, bending through our knees, arching through our back, looking up, and then push back into your downward facing dog. Let's go through 3 more rounds of this. Roll forwards, high plank, bend through the knees, arch through the back, push back, downward facing dog. 2, roll forwards, bend, push back, and 1, roll forwards, bend, push back, and downward facing dog. Now rising up onto the toes, looking forwards, walking to the front of the mat, and forward fold here. Inhale for a halfway lift. Either hands on your shin or the ground. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, hands high. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go through some sun salutation A, just to warm up. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Let's drop the the knees, let's go into a cow pose for our inhale. And then exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Rising up onto the toes, look forwards. And step to the front of the mat, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Stay for your inhale. And exhale, knees down. Sink the belly. Inhale. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Step to the front of the mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale, rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and knees down. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the toes, step to the front of the mat, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's go through some sun salutation V. Inhale, rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, step back. Optional, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Sliding through cobra pose or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Let's step our right foot forwards and let's come down into a low lunge to begin. Inhale, rising the arms up. And exhale, plant the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Step the left leg forwards, right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Let's rise up onto the toes, look forwards, step to the front of the mat, and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, and exhale, hands to heart. So I'm making some variations on the sun salutation V. So just following along. Inhale, sweep the hands against the floor and lift up for chair pose, staying down in our nice low chair. Let's stay for a breath. Inhale. And exhale, plant the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands. Optional, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Let's rotate our left foot on a 45-degree angle. Step your right foot forwards. Inhale, rising up for a warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Rotate your right foot, step your left foot forwards. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Let's roll forwards into our high plank. And let's bend through the knees, push back, downward facing dog. Rise up onto your toes, look forwards, and step to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, sweep the hands, chair pose. And then exhale, hands to heart. Let's do 2 more just like that one. Inhale, sweep the hands, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, choice of flow, whatever feels good for you. Rotate the left foot, step the right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Rotate the right foot, step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise. And exhale, forward fold. Let's roll forwards, high plank. And bend through the knees, push back, downward facing dog. Rise to the toes, step forwards to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Sweep the hands, chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart. 1 more, just like that. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, flow of choice. Left foot twist, right foot forwards. Inhale. And exhale, hands down, step back. Right foot twist, left foot forwards. Inhale. And exhale, step back. Let's roll forwards, high plank. Bend through the knees, push back. Rise up onto the toes, walk to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Sweep for chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart. Alright, hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer now. Whew. You can grab yourself a drink if you have one nearby. We'll get started with our flow. I'll see if anyone is on. Alright. Whew. Okay. We're going to go through a little bit of a, as I said, an arm stretchy kind of flow. So get nice and flexy in the shoulders. Inhale, sweep, and chair pose. Exhale, reach for the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands. Now this time we're going to interlace our hands behind our back and squeeze our shoulders together. And then when we can, relaxing forwards and seeing if we can bend those arms far down. Halfway lift with our arms like this. And then exhale, release the hands to the ground. Take a step back into your high plank and your flow of choice, or meet in downward facing dog. Rotate your left foot on a 45-degree angle. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, rising up, warrior one. Now opening out into warrior two on your exhale. Really try to bend through that front knee. Your knee is tracking over your toes. Your arms are reaching in opposite directions. Your gaze is over your front middle finger. Now we're going to reverse this. So reaching your right arm forwards, flip your palm. And then exhale, reverse over your left leg. Optional to bring this left hand around behind your back and try to find the inside of your right thigh. From here, opening out the arms, placing your right arm on your thigh and reaching your left arm up. Let's circle the arm around for 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more for 5. Coming back up to stand and turning our feet so that they are in, so they're both facing on a 45-degree angle out. We're going to come down into our goddess pose with our arms in cactus, really squeezing those shoulders back and trying to open up through the chest, staying up nice and tall, keeping those knees pushing back behind you. From here now, we're going to inhale, lift up and interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulders together behind your back. You're now going to rotate your feet so your toes are slightly facing in towards each other. You're going to stick your bum out and lean forwards for a forward fold in this position. Let your arms hang over behind your back. Rising back up, reaching your hands nice and high. Rotate your right foot forwards and coming back down into our warrior 2 position. All right, from here, cartwheeling the hands down to the ground and stepping your right leg back into your downward facing dog. Rotate your right foot on a 45-degree angle, step your left foot forwards. Inhale, rise into your warrior 1. Opening out into warrior 2. Inhale, reach your left arm forwards, flip your palm. And exhale, reverse. Option to bind your right hand behind your back. Now bringing our arms out, placing your left elbow on your left thigh, reaching your right arm forwards. We're going to circle the arm back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping it reaching forwards, pinky facing down. Rising back up and rotating our feet so they're 45-degree angle facing out towards the side and coming down into our cactus goddess pose. Shoulders are squeezing back behind you. Really try and fire up through those shoulders. Really hard. Bring some fire into your hands and really expand them as much as possible. And then inhaling, rising back up, interlacing hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulders together, rotate your feet to face slightly in, and then leaning forwards into your forward fold. Rising back up to stand. Reaching your arms up, rotate your left foot forwards, coming down into our warrior 2. And cartwheeling our hands over our front foot, stepping back into our downward facing dog. Let's do our roll forwards into plank, bend through our knees, and then push back into our downward facing dog. Let's now roll onto our knees into our child's pose for a little bit of a rest after the first round. We're now going to make our way into our puppy pose. So from here, making sure your knees are stacked underneath your hips. You're reaching your arms as far forwards as possible and trying to get your chin and your chest to touch the ground. If this is enough, you can stay here, or if you have quite flexible shoulders, you can either have your blocks on the lowest edge. You can place your hands on the blocks and try and get your chin and your chest to the ground still. And then making your way back out of that. It's quite intense. Let's do a little bit of a shoulder stretch while we're here. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Then exhale, thread the needle through and reach your left arm forwards. Replace your left hand in front of your face and push. Reach your right arm up and back down to the ground. Bringing your left arm up, inhale. And exhale, thread the needle. Extend your right arm long. Bring your right hand back in front of your face. Push, inhale, and exhale, release the hand. Tucking through the toes, lifting up through the knees, and then pushing back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto your toes, look forward, step to the front of the mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Sweep the floor, chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to go through about 2 more rounds of this, but we're going to change bits and pieces throughout. So if you're feeling like it's too much, just go back to the first round that we did. But if you are up for the challenge, we'll be going through some big shoulder stretchy stuff, starting now. So inhale, sweep into our chair pose. Now we're going to go into our eagle arms. So we're going to have our right hand come underneath our left. We're going to try and touch our palms together in front of our face. So we're down in our chair pose with our eagle arms. You're going to lift your elbows up as much as possible so your hands are directly in front of your face. It's quite an intense stretch. You're going to place the weight into your right foot, lift your left foot up, and then lean forwards as you extend your left leg behind you into a warrior 3. And then slowly place your foot down behind you, releasing the arms into our warrior 1. So placing your left foot down behind you. Whew. Inhale, and then exhale to warrior 2. So inhale, reach your right arm forwards, flip your palm. Exhale, you're going to reach for your middle back. Your left hand can bind if you did so before, or you can reach for your hand behind your back. So you're either interlacing your fingers, or your right hand is just reaching for your shoulder, and your left hand is binding. So choice is yours. Keep that bend through that right knee. Sink a little bit deeper, feel the stretch in the side body. Releasing the hands, inhale. And then exhale, either staying where we were before or reaching your right hand for the inside of your foot and your left arm overhead. So making sure you're in a nice straight line from your wrist to your hip to your ankle, and you're imagining you're stuck between 2 walls, so your hips are pushing forwards and you're in a nice straight line. Now, option to stay here, or if you would like to take a bind, Your left arm turns behind your back, and your right arm comes under your leg. You reach for your hands here, keeping your chest nice and open to the side. Yeah, otherwise your choice to stay where you were, either here or before. All right, circling your left hand down to the ground, bring your right hand to the other side. Rotate into your lunge position. Now we're going to come into a half split, so pushing from your left leg, kicking it up to the sky for your half split. Making sure your hips are facing towards the ground, so we're not opening up through the hip. Hips are facing the ground for this split. Bend through the knee, step the foot down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, inhale, sweep your hands, chair pose. I'm going to go straight into the other side from here, so no rest for the legs. Left arm is coming under right. I'm going to try and find your hand, then try and lift your elbows up as much as you can. Whew, my leg's burning. Now placing your weight into your left leg, lift your right leg off the ground, and then kicking it back behind you into Warrior 3 with your eagle arms. And then slowly placing the right foot down into the ground, release your arms, and then open it out into our Warrior 2. Inhale, reach your left arm forwards, flip your palm, and exhale, reach for your shoulder, and either bind your right hand or reach for your hand behind your back. Oh, the shoulder's tight. Keeping that bend through the left leg. And keeping your head pushing your left shoulder back. Now rotating over and either extended side angle on your knee or on the floor in front of your foot. Reaching up and over. Straight line between your wrist, hip, and ankle. Now option if you did so before to take a bind here. So reaching your hands behind your leg and keep pushing your hips forwards, shoulders up. Or staying where you were before. Circling your right hand down to the ground, rotate over into your lunge position, and then kicking from your right foot up into your standing split. Making sure your hips are square to the ground. And then bending through the legs, stepping forwards, forward fold. Let's come into a malasana here. So step your feet as wide as the mat. Toes are slightly facing out to the side. I'm going to bend down into a yogi squat. Using your elbows to push your knees apart and your hands together in prayer pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Now from this position, you're going to place your left arm out to the side. So you just extended your left arm. And you're going to reach your right arm up and open the chest up towards the roof. Now coming back through center and then swapping sides. So right hand comes down and left arm opens to the roof. Opening your chest, keeping your hips low. And then coming back through center. How are we going for time? All right, let's do one quick flow of that, and we'll come down to the ground. So place your hands on the ground, straighten up through your legs, walk your feet to shoulder width apart, and then inhale. Let's just rise to reset, hands to heart. to do our last little flow standing, and then we'll move down to the ground. Inhale, sweep the hands against the ground, chair pose. Let's place our right hand under our left into our eagle arms. I'm going to lift up our right leg, and we're going to cross it over, left leg, sorry, and we're going to cross it over the top of our right leg, and we're going to try and hook our foot behind. So now we're in a full eagle pose. Really try and hold this position as much as you can. If you can't hook your foot as well, just crossing over the top is fine. Now we're focusing on some balance here. Keeping those arms lifted. Unhook your left leg, and now kick your left leg back behind you, warrior three. Still keeping those eagle arms. Now slowly placing your left foot down to the ground. Inhale, rise the arms. And exhale, open warrior two. Inhale, reach your right arm forwards, flip your palm. And exhale, either interlace hands behind the back or bind, your choice. Now releasing the arms and then cartwheeling down into your extended side angle. Option again to bind in your side angle. Now option here is to come into our bird of paradise, or you can stay where you are. So if you are going to hop your left leg forwards until you're finding your balance on your left leg, and you're going to try and stand up into your bird of paradise. You can either extend your right leg up or you can keep it bent. It's totally fine. And then when you're ready, slowly making your way back down into your bound side angle position. Release the hands to the ground and then rotating into our lunge position. Stepping forward into our half split, or you can do a couple of handstand bunny hops. And then placing your left foot down onto the ground. Take a moment to grab your breath. Interlace your hands behind your back, squeeze your shoulders together, and then forward fold. Release the arms. Inhale, chair pose. Straight into the other side, so left arm under right. Trying to lift those arms up. Now bringing our right leg over the top of our left, and seeing if you can hook that foot behind your thigh, behind your calf. And lift your arms up. Now as slowly as you can, unbinding your right leg. And then leaning forwards into your warrior three pose. As slow as you can, replacing the right foot to the ground. Release the arms, inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach your left arm forward, flip your palm. And exhale, reverse. Optional, bind your arms, or just a regular bind, or no bind at all. Releasing the arms, cartwheeling down into our side angle position, and either another bind or staying where you are. If you did so before and you want to go into bird of paradise, hopping your right foot forwards and then placing the weight into your right leg, lifting up into your standing bird of paradise. An optional extension of the leg or staying where you are. Making your way back down into your side angle. Placing your left hand on the ground, cartwheel your hands down. Let's come either into some hops or just holding your standing split. Replacing your right foot down to the ground, forward fold. Interlace the hands behind your back, halfway lift, squeeze your shoulders together. And exhale, fold. Let the arms roll over. Release the arms down. And then making our way into our yogi squat again. So feet are mat width apart, toes are slightly pointing out, and sitting your bum down. Going into prayer pose, having a rest of the arms. Whew. Now we're going to do one more bind in this position here. So extending our left arm out like we just did before. And now turning your thumb down past the ground and making your way behind your thigh here, trying to touch your bum. Bringing your right arm up and over like we did before, and then trying to find your hand around your leg. And at the same time, trying to keep your heels on the ground, shoulders turning up to the sky. Release the hand, coming down and back into our prayer pose before we're doing the other side. So extending your right arm out to the side, and then turning to find your bum, and then reaching your left arm around and trying to find your hand. So lots of internal and external rotations of the shoulders in this practice. Just really trying to get them mobile. Release your hands. And coming back into prayer before making your way down onto your bum behind you. Bringing your legs forwards. And as I said before, we make our way back into this chair seated pose. I think it's Dandasana. So hands at either side of your hips, pushing the floor away, engaging those shoulders, really strengthening, trying to lower your shoulders away from your ears. Squeezing through your knees, trying to lift your heels off the ground. And then releasing that. Placing your hands about a hand print away from your bum, so lifting them, so bringing them a little bit further behind your shoulders. You're going to now come up into a reverse plank position. So this is a nice chest opener. So what I want you to do is really squeeze your shoulders together and push your hands down into the ground so you're already lifted through your chest. And now squeezing through your glutes and pushing your heels down in the ground, you're going to lift up into your reverse plank position. And holding this position, I know it's quite intense on the shoulders. If you haven't done this before, that's a very strong pose. Stay for 2 more breaths. And then slowly lowering down through the bum and reaching your arms forwards. We're going to make our way into a boat pose now. So rocking back with your body, bending through your legs. An option to just keep your knees bent in this position in boat pose, or you can extend your legs straight, kind of more like a V-sit. So holding. 3, 2, and 1. Returning back into our reverse plank. So let's go through 2 more rounds of this. So pushing up and holding for 3 breaths. Really trying to squeeze those glutes. Keep the shoulders open. Keep space between your chin and your chest so we're not looking down. lowering the bum down, and then making our way into our boat pose, reaching our arms forwards for 3 breaths. Last time through each of those. Hands go behind. We're pushing up, squeeze those shoulders together, lift the chest, lift the hips. 3 breaths. Lowering down, and last boat pose. Now from here, seeing if you can lower down as slow as possible all the way onto your back, and then resting your feet down. Bring your feet as wide as the mat and just knock your knees together. Try and squeeze your shoulder blades together and turn your palms up. Nice open chest as you lay here. Now we're going to do one shoulder stretch, which is quite intense. If it's too intense, then you can bring your hands lower on your lower back rather than your upper back. So what we're going to do is we're going to rock up, and let's place our hands first. So what it's going to look like is our right hand is going to go first, and our left hand is on top. So you want to try and bring your hands as high up on your back as possible and place them on top of each other. Now you're going to lower down onto your back as slow as possible. You might get a nice release through the upper back as well with your hands pressing into them. Now what you want to do is try and bring your shoulders down to the ground. So trying to roll your shoulders open and release them to the ground. You can keep your knees bent to keep your lower back on the ground. It's quite an intense shoulder stretch. So if you need your hands lower, or if you want to omit this exercise altogether, that's totally fine. And then when you're ready, you're going to make your way up. So sitting up using your abs, and then maybe roll out your shoulders, and then we'll do the other side. So left hand goes first, and we'll put our right hand on top. Try and get them up as high as possible. And then we're doing a slow roll down using the abdominals, and onto our back. And again, trying to roll those shoulders down towards the ground. And then slowly making our way back up again using our abdominals, and give your shoulders a big stretch out. Bringing our legs forwards now. Gonna bring our right leg across, and let's just go for a little bit of a twist. So bringing our left hand across over our right leg, reaching our right hand behind us. Inhale, lift really tall. And exhale, let's go for a bit of a spinal twist, looking over our right shoulder. On every exhale, try to twist a little bit deeper. And then inhale, coming to center, swapping through the legs. Placing our left hand behind us, right hand in front. And twist. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. releasing, coming to center. Let's make our way back down onto our backs and hug our knees into our chest, rocking from side to side. Let's just take a quick figure 4 position, so crossing our right foot over our left and then hugging our left knee in to our chest. And then swapping over the legs. Release the legs down to the ground and allow your legs to just fall heavy. Squeeze those shoulder blades slightly together behind your back, palms face up beside your body, and closing down the eyes for Shavasana. Doing a little bit of a body scan, see how your shoulders are feeling. Maybe they're feeling a little bit more open. Or maybe you've got some niggles in there that you might want to get addressed. This is your time. This is your time to just focus on you and to tune in with your body and to really know what you want and how you feel. Use this time to just forget about the day, forget about the week, forget about the situation, and just be at one. Be at peace. Be still. Stay in Shavasana for as long as